Everyone, I wanna get featured. Dalpro, reality can be whatever I want. Can I please get a feature? I have been trying for the past 8 videos. This is true. I looked and he really commented under the last 8 videos. Hey guys, if you write a nice comment under the latest video you get the chance to be shown in the next video. Children of strict parents, what was / is the most ridiculous rule your parents gave you? Not being allowed to wear tie-dye / multi-colored clothes because it was representing the gays. My parents read an article in some stupid magazine that you cannot sit in front of the computer for longer than 45 minutes. So they set a rule that I cannot use the computer every hour from, say, 7:45 to 8 o'clock every hour. Even if I turned it on at 7:35, I still had to leave the room. So they know I'm not using the computer at 7:45. Holy it, how did I survive? Spanking was an acceptable punishment until I left for college. I'm 26 and my mom has threatened to spank me a couple times in the last year. No pants allowed. Good girls only wear dresses or skirts. I wasn't allowed to go to the bathroom by myself till I was teenagers. I wasn't allowed to talk to boys my age. But our creepy pastor could have as much one-on-one time with me as he wanted because Jesus. My boyfriend's parents didn't allow us to be alone together in a house for a couple years into our relationship. We were adults, and they had this rule. However, we were both away from college, so they didn't have full control. So what did they do? They tracked my boyfriend's phone at night, and thus they'd catch him for spending the night at my dorm. That didn't go over too well. So he started leaving his phone at his dorm at night. I wasn't allowed to cross the street without an adult until I was 15. If I was going to hang out with friends, my mom would call their parents to make sure that we wouldn't be walking anywhere so that I wouldn't be crossing streets. At the time I thought it was weird, but cute that she worried for me so much. Now it's just incomprehensible to me. Curfew at 4 in high school, but also they wanted me to join all the clubs, which ended at 4. Got grounded a lot. I had no privacy. My parents read through my phone whenever they wanted, which is acceptable to a point I guess. They were paying for it, looked through my laptop, and even went through my drawers and read any journal or diary that I had. If I got in any trouble they took my bedroom door. I didn't have a bedroom door from the time I was 15 until I moved out at 18. Although not the strictest rule by far, the one that affected me the most socially was not being allowed a TV or media until 16/17. And even then it was very basic cable and Disney Channel. I was fascinated by Good Luck Charlie at 18 because it was the first show I'd ever watched. This really affected my relationships and estranged me from the other kids. At 23 I'm still learning about basic A-list celebrities and movies like Godfather and Titanic. The entire entertainment industry feels like Pandora's box. My mom once yelled at me in the car, in front of my friends, for not wanting to use a blanket when I slept at night. It was summer. She said I had to because it was her job as a mother to raise me to be civilized. We weren't allowed to watch any new cartoons because they had a vulgar art style, because it would supposedly corrupt our brains. I don't know too many examples because I couldn't really watch them. Also any show with a couple dating or anybody having a boyfriend or girlfriend was a no-no. Probably so we didn't get the idea to wanna date someone at school. We were basically stuck watching Nick Jr., the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons on Boomerang, RIP, and a few Disney sitcoms like Good Luck Charlie. No Pokemon because it teaches evolution, and because the Pokemon are supposed to be metaphorical demons. The same went for Skylanders. Oh, you have money? You wanna buy something? Well, you can't, because it's like 5 months before Christmas and you'll be getting stuff then. Wouldn't wanna spoil those presents, do you? I bought my first car with my own money at 17, and I wasn't allowed to drive it to school, or work, or anywhere even though I had had my driver's license for a full year prior. My mom would drive me in my own car places. It was pretty embarrassing and absolutely stupid. We were allowed to have diaries, but we had to let our parents read them if they asked. As a result, we did not keep diaries because they would always ask to read them. I kept a false diary full of boring it. They also have a very selective view of privacy. Locking doors meant we were up to no good, and they would routinely barge into us in places like the bathroom. When we told them to get out, they could not understand why we were upset. FTR, mine and my sister's bathroom does not have a lock on it. They also would selectively enforce the rules. Telling was when they were doing something bad or malicious. Tattling was when you told to get them in trouble. Naturally, my sister would do something mean to me, i.e., made an opening night play with very mean things being said about me, and when I told them, I got in trouble for tattling. But when I wrote in my diary the mean things my sister said, she read it and told it was telling, because writing those things is very mean. Crazy. My father had a strict rule of no girlfriends until you're 18. Annoying because I was a teen. Like, I was still going to go like people and his barely present elf wasn't going to stop me. Dunno what his problem was with that. Joke's on him. Get a boyfriend instead. Improvise. Adapt. Overcome. Not allowed to wear pants or shorts, only skirts. Not allowed to go out when the sun is up. Not allowed to wear black. Not allowed to cut my hair. No going outside unless given permission. For my own yard. No eating anything unless given permission. No watching WWE because it does not depict real wrestling. No cutting hair above chin because it looks gay. No dyeing hair unnatural colors because it looks gay. For me specifically, no dyeing hair at all because I have red hair and your hair is rare, so don't ruin it. She didn't let me hang out or associate with anyone who I went to school with. Only people from church who I didn't get along with. I was allowed to choose 2 people to be friends with at the beginning of the school year. If I ever mentioned interacting with anyone other than those 2, I'd get a lecture about friends. My dad didn't really care at first, but then from 17 to 19ish, anything other than becoming a doctor would mean I was gonna end up in prison and get aped. Dad, can you take me to the store to get a new computer? Keep playing with computers, and one day you'll be getting aped in prison. Can we get ice cream? Why do you need ice cream? I like ice cream. Keep doing what you like, and you'll get aped in prison. All children of strict parents know this. You should socialize more. You are always in your room on your computer. Can I go out with friends then? No. Fart was a swear. Watching some film with my parents in the living room, my mom held potato chips over my eyes to stop me from seeing boobies. I was 13. I was also not interested. My then father physically pushed me around because I left wet cutlery to dry next to the sink instead of drying it with a towel. Later on he started labeling the milk cartons in the fridge to enforce a quota system. Oh, and don't even get me started about the car. God forbid dropping a chip on the floor during a road trip or something. Still, I guess there was a bright side to the car-tidiness paranoia. Every month I got to vacuum every crevice in the car and polish it all up, and then I was paid one whole shiny Canadian dollar. I wasn't allowed to sit on my bed. It would crease the covers. I was supposed to make my friends sit on the mattress after I'd pulled the covers back, but kids are dirty, so I just let them crease my covers and took the aftermath of shouting after they'd left. If you're not puking or bleeding, there's nothing wrong with you, and I don't want to hear about it. Oh my god, this one. I hated this one. I scraped my leg up once, and it didn't bleed much, just hurt like a moth or a fur. So I took an old scarf of mine, we didn't have bandages like ever for some effing reason, and wrapped my leg because pressure made it hurt less. My mom took pictures and sent them to my dad, laughing about how stupid I was and how funny it was that I overreacted to getting hurt. Just repeatedly mocking me for being in pain. I was 12. Dad would fast forward through all the sex parts in movies, even when I was 18 or so. Like I couldn't figure out what was going on.